Well, you gotta love this. I mean, isn't that beautiful? I think my crazy hair is a really good example of what is happening right now in the world. Like, if you just picture the world as just this massive melting pot of human psychology, like blending, just like going in circles so much. It's kind of like we have way too much goopity gop, and nothing's spinning the right way. Like, it's just like kind of slurping. Like when you ever like open one of those like those like 7-Eleven, those little slurping machines, and it like shoots out and like splashes you, and you're like, man, they need to clean the hose or like fix it, or I don't know, just like do something, because it's a kind of like a nuisance, right? And I feel like that's the real secret behind this, is to fix the crazy hair, to like bring order and give it some kind of sense, is genuinely going to be feminine, is restorative. It's beautiful and it's honored. That energy, that balance, and it doesn't mean you have to be a woman to have feminine energy. A man needs to be 50% feminine. He needs to receive. If he's always giving, and can't like ever ask for help, crazy hair comes in. It's just an unhealthy, unnatural relationship to the world. And I feel like that's what's happening right now. We have too many people pretending they don't have any needs. It's like, I'm okay. I don't need anything from anyone. No one needs like any support from me. I can just do anything I want. And truly, like, you can support yourself pretty well, like independently, but you don't really have the support. It's just like 100% reliable on you, but there's too much like masculine emptiness with that. There's like a loneliness that comes with that pain. But when you can just be like, all right, like, I admit it, like, I want some help sometimes, or I need it sometimes, it's like that pain goes away, it just melts when you have like the healthy balance. And so when people say like men and women are equal, I think we're equal, like in like the idea of like both are the same, like 100% like value. But physically and talent wise, I think that's a silly lie, because it's very obvious that men don't have the feminine ability to create like a beautiful baby. You can shoot the seed, and that little baby, can travel over. And if she wants, whatever her magic, fairy dust does, grow that baby inside her, and then she can give you back a baby. But it's not only about the biology, which is it's just the easiest one to point out. There is a circle. There's a cyclical nature in human beings, and humans are not created to just really be like the best version of themselves when they're just this little peon by itself, alone, isolated from the whole group. Like, if everybody hates you and you're just like all by yourself, you might feel like, oh, okay, I'm so safe, I'm protected, I'm in this little cave and eating this crappy bat food and getting pooped on by bats and like covered in like lice and like little tarantulas, I don't know, just like crawling all over you, because you're by yourself. That kind of mindset is where I think a lot of the internet has driven people. They're on their apps, like just tapping the buttons, tap 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 tap. They're just like super weird. They're just like, look at this phone, look. And I like the phone. I think it's a good technology. I just feel like some of the isolation that the world, you can feel it in the tension of these like words that people are typing on the computers. It's super like demonic. It's not even normal. Like, some of the nasty comments, they're so psychotic. That's a person who's hurt. They're so extreme in one direction or the other. They're such a victim, or they're so like, I can do everything by myself, I don't need help from anyone. And they're usually the ones that like need the most help from everybody. Like, they don't think they do, but like they really kind of need something. And I'm just saying, like, I'm not talking about like being a baby and like not being responsible for your life. Like, you got to take care of your life. Like, whatever your life is, you got to take it up here. Like, I'm talking about like you going 100%. There's still going to be things where you're like, oh man, like I've hit my limit. Like, I can't, there is no more I can give. I can't do any better. And someone else could be like, all right, I can do that. I can help take that load off you. And then you guys just like, you're just this match. You're going back and forth, and you do 50% of like 100% of you, and they do the same. And then like what happens is, what's heavy for you is light for them, and what's light for them is heavy for you. I mean, I mixed that up. What's light for you is heavy for them. But literally, like, you pick up the heavy stuff, and they're like, all right, cool. And they can take a breath. and then they flip it. Like you kind of you relax, you kind of recharge, you get that hair looking better, like you put that gel in it, you start sleeking it back. I'm not going to do that for this, but I'm just saying, like, you get the concept. And then before you know it, your crazy hair turns into this like beautiful orderly thing, and like it all has like a purpose and a direction because you're both working in unison. And that's the whole point of where I'm going with this is unity. And I don't mean one world governmental like that. I feel like diversity and like people, like microcosms, are good, like having direction outside of like the group thing. Because if everyone's the same, the earth's going to be so boring. It's just going to be vanilla and black, just chocolate, just that's it. I like all the flavors of, like inventing new flavors. You need diversity. You need like lots of diversity. If everyone's the same, it's like, why travel? Why even live if everything's the same? It's boring. Like, no one wants to do that. So anyway, my take on this is focus on unity in your life. Unity with your friends, unity with your food. Like, make your unity, like, with relationship with food, like it's a healthy thing. Like, obviously I'm kind of fat, but I'm working on it. Like, I got count my calories, going to the gym. Literally, when I hang up from this, I'm going to change, go to the gym. But where I'm going, I just want you to think, why is it in so much friction? Because it's not unified. If it's unified, you have everything that flows really well. So, I mean, think about that. Like, in everything in your life, like, what isn't unified? And then take away the things that aren't unified. Seriously, like, you got to think. This isn't going to just fall out of your head. Think, like, why, like, how, like, you feel, like, start feeling like you're getting good momentum. Everything's like, yes, this is right, this is exactly what I want. And then out of nowhere, it's like, chink. You're like, you hate yourself. Something happens. You're like, oh, life sucks. I'm such a terrible human being. I wish I wasn't alive. Like, I don't know. I go through those every now and then. Way more than I want, But my point to you is, probably everybody does. We just don't really talk about it because it's not cool to post on Instagram. I'm really insecure and I'm losing my mind. And then 2 hours later, you're like, no, I'm cool again. I'm I'm the shiznit. It's just funny. It's funny. So anyway, focus on unity. Right? What are you going to focus on? Just the you, right? The unity. And if you really want to get cool with it, you, right? You create unity. You can't wait for someone else to do it. People never ever do it. You have to be the person who goes, how can I think of a way to implement connecting? And we have too many people just like stabbing each other with words, just like pulling a knife and and that stabbing is what tears down unity. So all the politics stuff is going to just make people hate each other, make people hurt each other. That's why I don't engage in it. I'm tired of it. I'm sick of people making fun of everybody, criticizing everybody. Everyone has an opinion. My point is, don't worry about politics and what, whoever's doing what. Like, you can a little, but my point is, don't get stuck on it. Because if you focus on like what you hate about the other person, everybody on earth starts suffering. Because we all are like one big hug. Like, if you just start stabbing someone and pulling away, you kind of hurt all of humanity. It's a weird thing, but we are connected. Even if you don't believe in that, it doesn't matter. Like, when you affect someone, it affects someone else, and then the chain reaction just starts spinning, and then we get the globe. So, love you. Think about unity, all right? Focus on bringing connection in your life and making things smooth. Whenever you have something like that's just, it's like a speed bump, that means you have to fix something. There's like a log you got to take out so the water can flow again. You want the water just shooting, like a really good current, not like a stagnant pond that gets nasty and moldy and disgusting. Like, like the kind that smells so bad. Like, even the animals, like, they don't even mess with it. Like, they're just like, oh no, that's people who aren't in unity. So, all right, focus on connecting with people, and don't talk about stupid stuff like politics, stuff that's just, it's just going to like bring the knives out where they're going to start killing each other. Let them do all that, but you just ignore it. Just start going on the things you guys can actually connect with. And I'm telling you, if we can get the whole world starting to do that, you're going to have a balance again of receiving and giving in a loving way without cutting each other. So, all right, peace out.